Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the market close for Wednesday, October 9th. It's October. Oh boy, October 9th, 2024. It's a green day on the market. Nice to see a green day. Funny thing is, with the amount of red that we've seen recently, you might think that we're in a red month thus far. We're going to find that out as well because, as you guys know, I added a line to the graph so that we can keep track nice and easily if we've got a green month. I am predicting a green month for October, but like I said before, a lot of volatility. So we're definitely gonna look at a little bit of that as well as we move through the day. I should put this on the right screen here before we head over and take a gander at the market. All right, let's pull this up. Here we come. This is the TSX, and as you can see, we're still above the line. Although you can see earlier in this week, we did dip a tiny bit below the line, but today's been a strong day on the market. We've got a lot of green. It's looking fantastic. So not too shabby. In fact, we're currently up 0.49% on the day. S&P 500 also having a pretty strong day, up 0.67%. The NASDAQ, holy banana bread, up 0.72%. There's some interesting things here. Those of you who have been watching NVIDIA today, they're having a pretty good day, and also Amazon. And if you guys remember, I've said Amazon Prime days are coming up, and their stock tends to do well on Amazon Prime Day. So Amazon's looking pretty good today too. The Dow Jones up 1.06%. Now, when we get into commodities, gold's down almost 0.5%. Silver's down 30.33%. Oil's actually down. So obviously, Israel has not yet retaliated. So maybe cooler minds will persist. But for now, we got a little bit cheaper on the oil side. Bitcoin down a whole 1.86%. And Ethereum down, 1.03%. Heading into our Canadian heat map. Interesting. Well, look at this. Alimentation Couche-Tard down 1.05%. Now, news did break today. They have modified their bid. If you guys remember, their first bid in their venture to buy 7-Eleven, it fell flat. It did not succeed. So they have put in a new bid today. So we'll find out soon, obviously, whether or not that has going to pass or fail. But for whatever reason today, investors not too happy with Couche-Tard at the moment. But that's significant amount. All right. The banks are all looking pretty good. We got TD up. We got the Royal Bank up. We got BMO up. Manulife Financial is up as well. Gotta love it. Looking over here. Oh, I'm looking here. This is pretty good. Enbridge is up a whole 1 point. All right. Well, now they're only up 0.99% as we're going. But what can we say? Not a bad day on the market. Not a bad day. Not a lot of red. Rogers is in the red, though. But wow, they're in the red 3.12%. Oh, that's not good. Looking at the ETFs having a fantastic day. It's hard for them not on a day like today. Look at this. VFV up 1.2%. ZSP 1.24%. VEQT up 0.75%. And XEQT wins it today up 0.80%. So all equity, XEQT leading the way today. Heading over to the good old US of A, we got a lot of interesting stuff going on here. First of all, we got Apple. They're up 1.71%. Now, NVIDIA is actually down at this point, but that's interesting. Let's actually go to their chart. So right now, they're sitting at 132. So I know the other day I mentioned that most of you probably had a chance to get out of NVIDIA deals if you got stuck in one. Well, now you've got an even better chance if you want to get out. That's if you want to. Um, maybe you want to ride it out. Maybe you're long term. That's okay as well. But you know, it's not bad. It's good to see them above 130 again. That's for sure. In fact, they're not that far off from all-time highs. So maybe, depending on what happens the rest of the week, that'd be really cool to see that. All right. Good old NVIDIA. Some of the other stories. Here's another big story. Tesla. Tesla's not having a great day. Now, a lot of stuff is going on. Tomorrow, of course, is Robotaxi event for Tesla. So they're going to be running this. Now, it's not during the day. It's actually tomorrow night. So I believe the event itself begins somewhere between 9 and 10 Pacific, or sorry, 9 and 10. Yeah, 9 and 10 Pacific. It's late. It's very, very late. So I think here it's like midnight or so. So I'll be sleeping when this event happens. I'm not going to watch any of the live streams. I'll find out in the morning. Definitely. So we'll have to see how that goes. But so far, people are not buying the news or the rumors. Nobody's buying anything. People are kind of holding off. So we're going to have to see what happens tomorrow. Because here's the thing. I mean, basically, they're going to demonstrate. And it's in a controlled setting, too. Keep that in mind. So obviously, I think everything's going to go fine. Elon's not going to take any chances of anything messing up. From what I heard, it's going to be on the back lot at one of the studios in California. So, well, Los Angeles. I think it's going to be, I think it'll go without a hitch. I think it will actually go fine. So maybe we'll see, if we see some people buying the rumor, that will definitely happen tomorrow. But if not, and everybody loves what they see during this event, where the real action is going to happen is Friday morning. We'll see Friday morning some pre-market sales on Tesla will go crazy if that's the case. So that's where if you're playing Tesla, I'm going to tell you right now, it's a gamble. I think this one's a gamble. I cannot tell you if it's going to go up or down. I think this one's going to be, it's going to be a gamble. So be careful with it. I'm not playing it. I'm not touching it with a 10-foot pole this time around. But if you are, be careful. You'll know Friday morning before the market opens if you made a good play or a bad play. So that's just something to keep in mind. And I almost forgot. I'd love to do a Friday stream. So if you guys want one for supers before the end of this, we got a Friday stream. Great way, of course, to enter the weekend. Woohoo. All right. So that is the US. Oh, there was one other thing too. Amazon. I mentioned about Amazon. And yeah, they're doing good here. They have, they've done good today. Prime always gives them a bit of a boost. So nothing too shabby there. Nothing too shabby at all. And that takes us, my friends, to crypto, where we got ourselves a red day. I've thought, how I keep scrolling down and I have to do all of this, to try to get to our crap coin of the day. Well, since it's a red day, we want to look at a green coin. So I'll just remove, look at this. I'll just remove, and we'll go right down to we can zoom in. Yeah, we can just zoom in. And this way here, we're going to find a green coin, and it might make it a little easier. Okay, well, there's not that many here. Let's pick a coin. Here we go. Petals. Don't know what Petals is. It's worth a very, 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 very tiny amount. Like 0.00000096. Holy banana bread. Now it did peak at it almost made it to a fifth of a cent at one point. So yeah, I don't know what Petals does. No idea. My best guess would be it's related to some kind of a game or something, maybe. But there's 14,000 crap coins out there. 14,000 crypto coins that, I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. This is one of them. If you're going to invest in crypto, I always say stick to the good coins. Or if you're going to get a bit more risky, at least read the white paper. Make sure your coin has some kind of a function. This coin, I don't know what it does. I don't even care what it does. I'm such. It's funny. I'm bullish on crypto, but I'm bearish on all of these little coins. I'm just like, I'm probably the biggest bear when it comes to maybe pedals. Pedals, hang me up and say biggest bear ever. I'm there. I'll own that. There we go. And I'm just looking at some of these other coins here, like Saga. Never heard of them. Just Beldex. Well, baby Dogecoin. That's interesting. Up 18.84%. Holy banana bread. How much is that one worth? Oh, it's worth. It's not worth very much. I think it's even worth less than a pedal. So, but it's got Doge in there, and people just go crazy over things. All right. Put this back. We're going to come back here after the markets close, take a look, see what's going on. Right now, I want to get to you guys. I want to get to the chat. Vic is first. Awesome. Let's see. Sitting in the cab, unlimited data, big plus right there. Strong coffee and stronger Wi-Fi. Life's good. I'm loving it. Let's see. Cab of the truck. This one's got the sleeper in the back. Past driver was naughty. Uh-oh. You might need to get an air freshener for your truck, Vic. Mary's in the house with a hello and nice Vic. Yeah, absolutely. Mary's here, so I might as well have some coffee because you're all about to be very busy hitting the like button. It's funny. Even as I picked up the cup, I saw the number. I saw the number. Actually, it wasn't the like number. I saw a viewer come in, but I'm just going to pretend it was the like button. I'm good with that. Oh, that's good. Whew. All right, we got Mario in the house with a good afternoon. Jordan is in here. Hiya there, Candace. Great to see you. Absolutely. It's fun. And those of you guys missed a great live. Some of you missed a great live stream that we held on Monday night. That was our 3-year celebration live stream. And yes, I was true to my word. I had to bomb. And yeah, it was a little bit of an experience. Definitely a little bit of an experience. So if you have yet to check that out, definitely do so. Head on over after this one, of course, or maybe have supper and then head over after that. But yeah, definitely check that out. It was a fantastic stream. I love October. And it's really, really good. One of the things I want to I definitely want to do this October is I'm going to be looking at little things I can do on the channel. Just little, mostly, like I'm probably going to change the thumbnail up a little bit on the market closes. Just a few. I'm going to do a whole bunch of housekeeping in October because my goal is to make October one of the best months ever on the channel. So I'm going to pull out all the stops. I'm going to pull them all out. We're off to a good start, though. I will definitely say that. We are off to a very good start. Thanks, of course, to you guys. Sammer is in the house with a hello, all. US will sell 9,000 BTC. Yeah, what's going on with Bitcoin? When is this going to happen? When is it going to happen? I'm waiting. I'm certainly waiting. It's fun. I think it's fun. I'm still thinking it's going to happen. But as I said, if we do not, by the end of October, if we do not break the all-time high, my bullishness on that is going to be dialed back a little bit. So I am expecting at least to see the all-time high broken by the end of this month. If we don't, I'm going to start questioning. I'm going to start questioning things and thinking maybe this time it is different. But we still got, gosh, what do we got? We got like 22 days. We got 22 days. Bitcoin, don't disappoint me. Kevin and Cass is in the house with a good afternoon. Oh, we got Roku Stittsville saying afternoon all. Andrew says, "Oh my God, you still have those kids behind you." They're not kids. They're not. They're okay. Well, they're. I guess I can see how they might look like kids, but no sweatshop. I have no sweatshop. I promise. I promise. Let's see. Jackie says, "Hello. Have you recuperated from the burning mouth yet?" Yes, I have. Oh, the bell. The bell. Oh, uh-oh. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Oh no, I completely lost track of time again. How does that happen? It's probably because I'm just so excited. I'm excited to be here. Oh boy, I was like a full minute late on the bell. Thank you, Vic, for reminding me. Oh boy, it's like the bell is my thing, and I'm late at it. Oh, that's not good. We're gonna do fine. Now. We'll do fine. Yeah, so all right, the bell. I just started like, where was I before that? Before I realized I was late on the bell. Jay says, I sold my 829 shares of QMax today. I had to do it since the election is getting close. In the meantime, what is a good ETF that is a mix of dividend and growth? Um, I mean, there's a lot of good ETFs out there, for sure. It really boils down to let's see if you're if you're looking for a good mix of growth and dividends, you're looking for a total return ETF. I do have and this is interesting, guys. We voted on the show the other night. We voted for like on the live stream, we actually voted for who I'm doing the deep dive on Friday, and the winner was XDiv. So that might be an option. Look at XDiv. Maybe they have enough of a total return, or just watch the video first and see if that is another one. Of course, I'm also very bullish on like RMAX, for example. I'm very bullish on them. Now that one there is a REIT ETF, and they're looking at REITs in both Canada and the US. And right now, I think they're sitting at around $18. But I am expecting after the next rate cut for them to definitely push past 19. That's what I'm thinking. Hopefully I'm right on that, but I do think I am very bullish on real estate in general. So that might be another option for you as well. Luckily, though, with the US election, we only have 1 month to go, and then that will be behind us, and that should bring a bit more sanity to the market, which will be good, which will absolutely be good. Vic says, sold at the highs of China fake bull 2 days ago. Yikes. Yeah. Funny Books is in the house with a high all, and we got Bleak. Bleak is in the house. Hey to you as well, Bleak. Always good to see. We'll look at we'll take our final look at the market at 4:15 because for whatever reason the Nasdaq is a little bit slowed on my machine, and I don't know why. Well, not my machine per se, on TradingView. So that's TradingView, by the way. That's the program that I use to get all of my data. Now, I know somebody was actually talking to me today saying, "Oh, well, TradingView said this." And I was like, well, do you have the paid version of TradingView? And they didn't. So that's the reason that I'm able to see real time. So if you don't have the paid version, so if you just go to tradingview.com, you'll have that 15-minute delay on everything. But even with the paid version, you still have that delay on the NASDAQ. And I think it's 15 minutes. I'm just taking a look over here. Yeah, 15 minutes. Not good. But hey, what can we do? Kevin Kaz says, BDT possible GOAT this month. Well, I'll tell you. I will tell you right now. Let me just take a gander. I will let you know. Here. I'm just going to pull it up here. All right. Well, you know what? I'll show you guys. Let me open up the main screen. All right, we'll bring it over. Let's take a look and see who's leading right now in the GOAT. So this here is the column I use. So the return on investment, sorry, not the total return column. Right now, holy friggin' banana bread. What the? All right, I have not looked at Bird Construction today, but I'm getting 50.25%. Whoa, that's crazy. All right. All right. We need to go to Bird Construction. We need to go there now. Well, all right, let's go there. BDT. Now I've told you guys I'm very, very, very bullish on Bird Construction. I've been preaching it for a while. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at this. They didn't sneak some earnings in, did they? Ooh, look at that's a big jump. So they jumped from 26 up to 29. That's just today. But look at the last, let's just look at the last 6 months. You know, they came down, they had a little bit of a correction, but they have been flying after that correction. Absolutely flying. All right. We need, actually, I think I have in here. I thought I had it in. Oh, no, I think it deleted it on me. For some reason, I can only hold so many in here. That's fine. We're going to go. Let's bring up Bird Construction because I want to see the news on Bird Construction here and see what's going on. See what is going on. All right. Bird Construction. Here we are. I'll delete them and add them because they were already there. But here we go. Bird Construction. Let's pull it up. No earnings, just bang. Look at that. So here we got some news. This is what I like about TradingView. And I think the free version gives you the news and everything as well. All right. Oh, boy. So Bird Construction up 14% to a record as it boosts dividend 50% and releases their financial targets. Oh, that's nice. That is very, very nice. All right. Yeah, they raised their dividend by 50% following the approval of the company's strategic plan. Okay, so their dividend is going up to 7 cents per share. That's not too shabby. That's not too shabby at all. I like it. I like it. Wow. Yeah, no, they're just, I mean, their data has been very, very solid. Their fundamentals have been very, very solid. There's a reason that I have been beyond bullish on Bird Construction, and now you're looking at it. Now, those of you who did sell today, good call. I think it is a good call. I'm not going to sell them out of the challenge because then I have to sit and wait. You know, I'd have to wait for 31 days before I could get back in. I'm going to ride. I'm going to ride, but no, if you're in good and you're way up in profits, you don't have to sell all of your Bird Construction. You could just sell a little bit, take some profits. But I'm loving it. I am absolutely loving it. Let's bring this back here. Since we're in here, so look at this. Yeah, Brookfield Management 27%. These are our big winners. Bird Construction 50%, 20% for the Bank of Nova Scotia. 23% for Canoe. I'll even give TransAlta 18. I just added these guys. This is hilarious. I added them earlier this month, and they're already up 18.54%. That's just absolutely fantastic. The big losers right now, Decisive Dividend, but I sold that. I just haven't removed it from here yet. And yeah, ADF, or I think that should be ADP, I think. ADP Group. So Drax, they're down big time as well. But wow. That's just absolutely cool. That's cool. All right. I'm going to remove this for a second. All right. So Funny Book sold some BDT today. Vic, good call on Bird for sure. Patricia's in the house. Hello, Patricia. Good to see you. All right. Ron says, let's see. Chorus Aviation is quietly moving up. It sold its aircraft leasing business and will pay down debts. Yeah, that could be good. That could be good. Now, I thought I saw, and maybe one of you guys has heard this, I thought I saw that somebody was even looking at, even perhaps thinking about buying them. But I don't know if maybe I hallucinated it, but I thought I saw something like that. I just didn't look. I didn't look into it any deeper, but I probably should have. Kevin Cat says, yeah, BDT also raised dividends. Yeah, that's fantastic. Because yeah, and that should be hopefully, we're going. Whoops, making you guys have to come back here, come back here. All right, there we go. All right, let's go back over here for a second. Gonna see if it's already in here yet. If they just did it today, it may not have made it in yet, but we'll see. Yeah, no, they haven't added it yet. So this is going to change. So right now, their dividend is basically 4.7 cents a share each month. So that's going up to like 7 cents. That's crazy. That's great. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I just don't know what to say. I'm like, I'm very happy about that. Bird Construction, all the way. Love them. All right. Patricia says, sold on Monday my Z. Oh, I just showed you guys that without actually having it up. That's hilarious. Okay, here's what I was looking at. This is Bird Construction here. And right now it's still showing the old dividend of the 4.7 cents for their next dividend payment, which will be in, well, technically their next dividend payment is this one here, the October 18th. But I imagine you won't see it until the November. I have to actually read it more on it to find out exactly when it's effective. But I imagine that November one, you'll have the 7 cents instead of the 4.7. So no, that's absolutely fantastic. I think that's great. That is really good. All right. Let's see. So, Patricia was saying sold on Monday my ZWC position. Well, there's still a fractional that I haven't sold, but we'll buy tomorrow. Yeah, it's one of the downsides to I love Wealthsimple. I love fractional investing over there, but the fraction part of your stock, you have to you can't sell it immediately like you can sell the rest. So, like if you had, like, let's say ZWC, let's say Patricia had 1,000.5. Well, she could sell 1,000, no problem, bang, just like that, the way you normally can. But that 0.5, she'd have to put in an order, and then it would get processed at the end of the day. That's the only downside to fractional. So you may get a dip, and if you only want to buy 0.5, you may not get that dip. You're going to pay for whatever the price is at the end of the day. So it's the one downside to it. But still, if you're a long-term investor, then it probably isn't that much of a deal. It's not a deal breaker for sure. Dennis says, let's see, I've put a large amount into HPYT. Was this the right thing to do? Well, let's take a look at HPYT. All right, here we go. HPYT. All right, so here's your Harvest Premium Yield Treasury ETF. All right, let's take a gander here. Let's take a look at the last 6 months. It's an interesting thing. One problem that I think I have with an ETF like this is that as rate cuts go down, treasury notes, bonds, things like that will often they'll often kind of not do so well. They tend to do a lot better when rates are going up. So that's kind of an interesting thing there. Now, the nice thing about an ETF opposed to straight up treasury notes is that, they're kind of diversifying and their management team kind of knows how things work. So they certainly do try to work around that. I wouldn't say it would be your best choice. Now, you probably grabbed on it because you saw that distribution yield. So that's not bad. I mean, 16.59%, it's huge for sure. But here's that thing. You are probably going to look at a certain amount of return of capital, which is going to reduce your adjusted cost base. So hopefully wherever you're holding this, well, here's the thing too. If you're holding it in a registered account, you are kind of losing a little bit on that capital. So this is not, I don't think it's an ideal ETF. Like, I don't know how much you put into it, Dennis, but I would watch it and be a little bit careful. just because, this is not the best time to be getting into treasury. It, it may still, like, you still may, like, let's just for a second, let's go in here to the data. And one of the things, okay, this is nice. I do like the fact that they are being very, what's the word? They're being very consistent with what they're paying. Sometimes with an ETF like this, they'll adjust the amount they pay each month. This one is going with a nice steady 15 cents. So that's good. That'll certainly help out. But keep in mind that you're probably not going to get that full yield. You're getting that yield, but you are it's going to struggle, I think, a little bit over the next little bit. And that reason, that'll lead into your yield a little bit on that. So, keep in mind, watch it, pay attention, see what it does. Have an exit strategy in case things don't go the way you want. That's what I would say with this one. I'm not saying to get out. I'm just saying have an exit strategy. And honestly, if you're putting a large amount into any stock or ETF, you should have an exit strategy. You should have contingency plans in case things go absolutely wrong. All right. Larry, I love this. So long Tesla 2X Tesla Bear ETF. Yeah. And it's it's that interesting thing. It's like, I don't have any confidence in this Robotaxi event. So the Tesla Bear is not a bad play. I don't know if I would go with it yet, because I don't have confidence of either direction. But that's kind of why I'm sitting on the sidelines for whatever happens with this one. But yeah, I think there will be some people who will make some big money because they'll play it the right way. Chad says, SCHD 3-to-1 stock split today, end of market close. Yeah, absolutely. That's going to make that stock a lot more affordable. It'll be interesting to see tomorrow. Interesting to see if we start getting a little bit of a pump, because sometimes with a stock like that, you can, by making it more attractive and making it cheaper, you can get people jumping on it. So that could be really, really, really good. All right. Kevin Cass says, I did have a limit sell on Bird at 27.5 in case I was at work, had to buy back in. Good old, I'm still overjoyed about Bird. I'm like, that's fantastic. I love it. I love it. 9 says, I'm slowly DCing into HBND and US Treasury ETF in case of a huge 2008 type crash. Yeah, you see, and this is the thing, going back to Duenas, here's that thing. If we do, like, if the economy does a complete about flip and things turn out to be much worse than we think they are, and that's a possibility. If we had a major, major, major crash, that could certainly play into the stocks, into those treasury bonds. That's one of the reasons why I'm saying, I'm not saying to get out. I'm just saying have an exit strategy just in case. But, as 9 sort of says here, if we have a crash, so if everything goes, like, let's say we fall into a recession, that those bonds things could turn. Like, things can always turn. Black swan events can change everything at any time, at any moment. So always keep that in mind. 9 says long yields should go down in a huge crash. So you should get a capital gain. There we go. Exactly. Andrew, did you see how my PRL did today? No. Honestly, today I filmed a video this morning and I've been editing all day. So I pretty much had a quick glance at the market and stuff. Every so often I went in, took a little look, but I did not look at PRL today. So let's go into PRL. So PRL, Propel Holdings. And I do love this stock. I do love this stock. All right, let's take a look here. Oh boy. It looks like they had some pretty good movement. Now this here is just a 5 days. So in the last 5 days, they've gone from go away ad. I'm not interested in buying a suit. They went from $28.35 to $32.57. That's not too shabby at all. That's pretty darn good. Let's actually go out a little bit. We're going to drop out to the 6 months. And even with the 6 months, they've gone from 23 to 32. So this is a fantastic little stock. Now, they don't have a huge dividend, but they do have a little bit of a dividend. So when you add that all into a total return, it's not a bad trip. It's not a bad trip for sure. And if the hostilities continue in the Middle East, this is going to get bigger. This is going to get bigger for sure. All right. Larry said, Sony just did a 5-for-1. Their market cap is less than what they make a year, and now they're turning into a chip maker. Interesting. Interesting. Now, keep in mind, though, and I did mention this the other day, with Hurricane Helene, you know, there's a couple of quartz mines that are insanely important to the entire chip manufacturing industry. I don't have any new updates on that, but it could impact the chip industry in about 3 months if they have a long cleanup. Like if it's going to take them 6 months to get everything back operational, it could certainly absolutely impact things. So just something to keep in mind. Patricia says, yes, I managed to get 4 stocks of SCHD in my RRSP. With the split, it will turn to 12. I'll be able to buy more. $85 USD is steep. Yeah, absolutely. That's like, well, it's more than $100 Canadian, so not too shabby. I like this idea. I probably do want. I want some SCHD in the challenge. So I think I've got enough that I can probably grab a couple of shares to add for at least this month. Now, keep in mind, guys, the challenge. So the 0 to 100K challenge. We're only doing a video now once a quarter. So the next video won't be until the 1st of January, but I am going to be putting out a monthly report in the community tab where I just break down everything for you guys, so you still will know what's going on and how everything is looking. But video wise, we'll do that one a month because I got so many plans for the future, and I'm excited. I'm very excited about where we're going to be going. I've actually been getting kind of excited about our holiday event this year. So it's really, I'm really selling myself on the financial Blogmas thing. So if we may do it, that would basically be a quick little live stream. Basically, what would it be? You know, maybe 15, 20 minutes every day in December. Well, not until the 24th. I think that's what Blogmas ends on the 24th. So from the 1st to the 24th, and that's in addition to all of the normal stuff that we got going anyway. So keep that in mind. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. And I'm going to try to get out of the office for that. So, you know, you'll get to see my backyard more. You might get to see some stuff in the neighborhood. Maybe one day we'll even go to the Parliament buildings at least once. So you'll get to see my Christmas tree. Because what I'm going to do is, like, I will not put the Christmas tree up until at least December 1st. So that way there we can get part of that into that. I think that would be fun. That would be fun. Absolutely. I heard Jill in the background yelling, I like that. And yeah, that's because, you know, I'm like, I love the holidays. And I'm like, you know, once Remembrance Day's passed, I'm like, we should put the tree up. But yeah, no. This year it'll have to be after December 1st so I can get it into the financial Blogmas. And I am going to, I don't want to do a straight blog like, hello, here's my life, blah, blah, blah. We're going to somehow tie it into finance. I haven't worked those details out, but it'll be fantastic. It'll be fantastic. I think we'll have a good time with it for sure. Oh, it is time. Oh, just say hi to Jersky first. Jersky's in the building with a good afternoon. All right. It's time to take our final look at the markets because now I have all of the data. So their bird construction ended at 29.86. They win the internet. They win the market. It's all close. No. All right. Let's get back up to the top of the list here. So once again, and look at this. They had a strong finish in the last hour. The TSX pulled themselves up. They're in a new all-time high, by the way. So they're sitting at 0.63% up on the day. Not too shabby. The S&P 500 up 0.71%, NASDAQ up 0.80%. Dow Jones, not a bad day for the small cap, 1.03% up. Gold is down 0.5%. Silver's down almost 0.5%. WTI down about 1%. Bitcoin 2% down, and Ethereum 1.5% down. And over here on our stock heat map, I'm just wondering, why don't I see Bird Construction in here? I'm gonna get rid of. Let's get rid of the losers and see if Bird Construction pops up here. Holy banana bread! Where are you, Bird Construction? Let's get rid of the 1% losers here. I'm still not seeing them. Holy banana bread! No, well, oh gosh, BlackBerry's up 2.8%. Would not have seen that. Let's actually go all the way down and see here. They're probably one of these small companies, unfortunately, because they are, they're not huge, but yeah. But, we now know that Spin Master's up 2.76%, Secure Energy. Oh, here they are, right here. Bird Construction up 11.88%. There they are over in the industrial services. Okay. Woohoo. I'll pull it up here and look at this. Nice, nice, nice. Love Bird Construction. All right. Let's switch over to the heat map. Yeah, it is the heat map of the ETFs. They're all looking pretty darn good. I'm kind of wondering who the really big winner is here. Let's go. HND. This is an inverse. I definitely can tell you. Is it natural gas? Let's see. Daily Bear ETF. Yeah, natural gas. So Beta Pro natural gas inverse. Okay. All right. So natural gas didn't do very well today. So, if you were playing the inverse, you would have been up 5.16%. Interesting. But at the same time, it's it can sometimes be risky. This is not something like if you're ever playing a commodity, like an inverse on a commodity like gas, natural gas, oil, pay attention to what's going on. I wouldn't leave them overnight just because anything can happen. Yeah, anything. Like, for example, imagine if you were holding an inverse for oil and all of a sudden things got really bad in the Middle East. You'd lose a lot of money. So just something to keep in mind. All right. And over to the United States, everything looking fantastic over here. United Health is sticking out. And of course, Apple, not Aval. So that would be an interesting name for a company, Aval. Apple's sticking out as being looking good. Broadcom, Costco up 2.1%, Amazon 1.34. As I mentioned before, Prime Day certainly helped Amazon. All right. That's all that fun. All right, let's remove that and get back to the chat. Before I say anything to you, though, I'm going to have a sip of coffee. Oh, gosh, that is so good. All right, 9 says, I'm glad I got out of ZWC at a capital gain. Put that 10K into QQCL and Canoe. Yeah, Canoe's having a fantastic year. For those of you who have not been watching Canoe this year, let's just come over here. Good old EIT.UN. Here we go. So they're up to 1490. Oh boy, that's high. Look at it. Yeah, that's really, really, really good. They're going to break 15 this year at this rate. I have no doubt of that right now. That's pretty darn good. Now let's actually, I'm going to come back to the 10-year. Yeah, this is an all-time high for them. $14.90 per share. That's huge. Now, I'm going to put something out here. This does not come from Canoe. This is entirely speculation. But Canoe, the Canoe fund manager at one point, in one of the reports I read that he had put out a couple of years ago, was that they like to have their payout ratio up in the high 90s. That's kind of where they aim for. Now, currently, their payout ratio is coming in at crazy low. Last time I did a little dive on them, I was coming up with 30%. I'm like, what's going on? What is going on with that? If their payout ratio stays well below what they like, that could, and I say could with a capital C, not should, not will, but that could finally, maybe, perhaps get us up to an 11-cent dividend. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this. Now they have been very, very resistant to ever changing that dividend. It's been 10 cents for a long time. I mean, here, let's go into the key data. You can come down. Look here, 10 cents. 10 cents. 10 cents, 10 cents, 10 cents, 10 cents, 10 cents, 10 cents. We're back at 2018, by the way. 10 cents. They, they're very resistant to change that. That's what we're kind of fighting against. But, pushing to all-time highs, having your payout ratio coming down, be left with a whole bunch of extra money. That means maybe it could be a possibility. I doubt, part of me doubts it, but part of me says, well, come on, if you're ever going to do it, this year might be the year. Now, they will, of course, do a special, basically a special dividend at the end of the year, but this is the thing this is why it's always good to hold Canoe in a registered account. It's probably going to be a notational distribution again, which basically means that it's going to be they're going to give you back a bunch of your capital. So it's going to be more of a return on capital event. It's fantastic for them. I understand why they do it. But if you're holding Canoe outside of a registered account, and then you decide to sell after an event like that, you end up paying more capital gains. So to me, it's not the best type of special dividend. I would rather a special dividend where it's like, here's some extra money. We got a ton of extra cash. Here's some cash. Let's do it that way. They probably won't do it that way though. So, I'm kind of thinking that that's kind of going to be the way it is. So what can I say? They also generally towards the end of the year do some share buybacks as well. So that might be another option this year too. Mind you, if they if they start buying back shares, that can also inflate the price a little bit. So I would, if you get a notice and they offer you a good deal on buying back shares, I probably would not do it personally. All right. All right, let's get to our next commenter on the list. It is, oh my God. I can't believe I did it again. So here is the screen. I was scrolling through all of these dividends and going 10 cents, 10 cents, 10 cents. And you guys were like, what the hell is she talking about? It was all of these. These are all the payments of dividends for oh boy, I'm just going to leave this up for now because I know you guys are going to send me back to it right away anyway. All right. Andrew says, I renawed my deck 5 years ago and told the carpenter to buy Bird. I wish I listened to my own advice. I've been watching it for like 10 years now and haven't owned one share. Oh, Andrew. Oh boy. Yeah. And that's a funny thing. And this happens to me too. Because where I look, I look at stocks every day. I'm looking at tons of winners, also tons of losers, but I can't own them all, right? There's only so many stocks I can buy. There's only so much budget in the tank. So many times I look at a stock that just explodes, and I'm like, oh, and I called that one too, but I don't have any. So yeah, that happens a lot. Missy is in the house. Hello, Missy. Good to see you. Natural gas nickname is the Widowmaker. That somehow doesn't surprise me. 9 says, I'd be cool if they kept the 10-cent div. They have done well for me total return wise. Yeah, they absolutely have. And I don't want to say I'm complaining. I'm just thinking, and I know I was talking to somebody in the comments earlier today too about it, that they were sort of thinking that, maybe now's the time because it'll make them a little bit more, they'll look a little more attractive with a lot of the other options that are out there that are now paying bigger dividends. They probably are not going to change it though. They probably are not. I'm going to say that, but if there's ever any time to hope, I think now is that time. But we'll find out. We'll find out. Um, Vic says in Kana, aka Ovinative. All right, I just feel like I've cast a spell. I don't know why. Nothing seems to have happened, but thanks, Vic. Tom says RMX dipped down to 1797 today. Of course, I added yesterday at 18. Yes, but they did get back up above 18. That's a good right now. That I think that's a fantastic price. I'm liking this. I am like I did add some more RMAX. I think I got him. Actually, I think I got it at 1797 if I remember correctly. Which was fantastic. But even then, the 3 cent difference between 1797 and 18, not really that big of an issue. 9 says, yeah, the return of capital is why I hold why I hold EIT only in my TFSA and my first home savings account. Yeah, absolutely. EIT is one of my favorite stocks, but it's also my least favorite stock to hold outside of a registered account. It's very situational that way. So I will usually say, if you don't have room for EIT in a registered account, then don't touch it. Don't touch it at all. You have better options when it comes to being in an outside of a registered account, because it all does boil down to math. And the math, by the way, oh yes. Oh yes. I want to show you guys something. Give me a second. I'm going to see if I can get my hands on something. I want to show you guys something. I think this is just, it's a preview. It's a preview of tomorrow. All right. I have to do this and this. All right. And all right. Let's see, Command Shift 4 so I can screen cut. All right. All right. I got it screen cut. I'm going to see if I can pull this up. All right. Here we go. So, a lot of you guys are fans of Mr. Math. Well, we have a new character coming into the world of Mr. Math. Here we go. I don't know if I can make this any bigger. Can I make this bigger? Oh, I can. I can make it bigger. All right. All right. It might be a little grainy because it's a small cut. It's a small screenshot, and I just made it really big. So we have a new character. They're going to show up in tomorrow's video. You'll find out who this person is. They have a name. So they're, just another character to add to the list of characters that I have on the channel. But I know a lot of people have been saying that Mr. Math should have a family or a sidekick. And well, now Mr. Math has a sidekick. So just putting that out there. So there you go. A preview that only people who showed up here today got a chance to see. So, well, actually, channel members will see this tomorrow. Everybody else, if you're not a channel member, you got to wait till Friday. But, here's the thing, guys. If you're not a channel member, it's costs about the amount. It's the same amount as a cup of coffee. So you might as well just do it. There's a link down below. Anyway, anybody who does join, you get a whole bunch of perks and all of that fun stuff. But this here, anyway, I just wanted to show this. To you guys because I was very excited when this idea popped into my head today. So, all right. So now we have, it's like we are building a super team or something, or at least a dynamic duo. All right. Jersky says, would you start investing in Canoe if you are not holding it or wait for a pullback? Just asking for a friend. Um, Dollar cost average always wins the day. That will always be my first answer. I'm gonna put that there. However, let's go back to Canoe once again. Well, we're already there, but let's go back to my overview. Let's go to our 10-year. So as you can see, this $14.90 right now is their all-time high. They have not been higher. Now, the last time they hit an all-time high was back here at 14.56, and they did retrace a little bit. There will be, because I know people who love Canoe, but they were like 14.50. That's high for Canoe. Let's let's sell. And some people did. And we're at a new all-time high. So I have a feeling, and here's what I think. I'm just going to put this out here. I don't think people are going to sell at this 14.90, but I think if we hit to 15, that's like a psychological level because people love those even numbers. So what I would say, if you are, let's say right now you are, I know you're not, you're looking to get in, but anybody who's looking to sell, I would set your sell at $14.99, at $14.99. Get out there because at 15, that's where people will usually jump. Don't, a lot of them, some of them will be institutional people who are going to sell and they'll get in at a little, at a later date after the price gets pushed down. So that's where I would look at selling. So now if you're thinking of getting in now, dollar cost average, sure, you're going to get some at $14.90. And as we get closer, you'll get to 15. You'll have your correction. You'll get opportunities at that point to get in cheaper for sure. So here's what I would do. Let me just tell you what I would do. So let's say I wanted to get in on Canoe. And I was thinking, I'd love to have about 100 shares of Canoe. So I'm sitting here and I'm looking $14.90 all-time high. So maybe what I'll do is at $14.90, I might buy 5 shares. Maybe at $14.95, I'll buy another 5 shares. Maybe at 15, I'll buy 5 shares. And then if it pulls back, I'm going to increase that number. So let's say it falls all the way back from 15 down to 14.85. I'll probably buy 10 shares, and I'll probably then just keep on moving along, buying 10 as it slowly builds its way back up. So I would look at something like that as just a way to take advantage of a correction. Now, if it doesn't correct and you keep on buying 5 shares, you're still going to be ahead of the game in the long term because if it keeps going up and up and up, it's kind of a funny thing. Like, this is not a fund. Like, normally, this is a fund that hangs out, because it's an income fund. So normally, it's not really designed for growth. But right now, we definitely are getting some serious growth coming up here. So eventually, it is going to peter out. And I wouldn't even be surprised. Like, even if, I wouldn't even consider this to be a bad thing. Let's say Canoe eventually settled back down to 13.50 and sort of hung around there and went between 13.50 and maybe 14.50 and rode around in that area. That would be fine. I mean, it's going to eventually settle into something, I think. I think what we're seeing is that a lot of the stuff that Canoe has been holding, and this is kind of the thing, when markets went down. So you can see right here is the pandemic drop. And then we had a bull market, and then, things started going down. Now, interestingly enough, the bull market, we had a bull market, which actually ended around, we went into a bear market right around January. Well, technically it's basically around January of, let's see here, 2022. Here we go. So yeah, right about here is where where everything started sliding. Now, Canoe still did fantastic and pushed up to an all-time high, amazingly. But this zone in here, this is their response. I wish I could make like a box that I could just highlight, but that is where the bear market was. They did fine. They did absolutely fine in the bear market. Now, part of it is the fact that one of the sectors that they cover is energy. So because they have a good exposure to energy, that does protect them from a lot of the bear market as long as energy is going along even, and it was. So that really, really helped them. And right now, And if you look at this, because they have that high exposure to energy, what's happening to energy right now? Energy's going crazy because of the war, because of, well, I guess we'll call it a war, but the instability in the Middle East is driving energy up, and that'll definitely. Oh, now that I think about that, that's absolutely going to push Canoe to 15. I can't see Canoe not hitting 15. Um, I would not be surprised if a week from today we pull up Canoe and it's at 15. I would not be surprised at all. Oh God. Oh boy, this is fun. Jersky says, I used to hold Canoe a long time ago, but I sold it for a capital gain. That's another mistake I've made investing. Everybody, you know what? Everybody makes mistakes. I wouldn't worry about it. The only time I worry about a mistake is if I don't learn from it. If I make a mistake and I learn from it, I'm happy about it. I'm okay. That's why I love mistakes, because they're learning opportunities. Just don't make that same mistake twice. That's all I ask of you. Sammer says 54% up on BDT. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. I don't know how much you went in on BDT, but congratulations. That is absolutely fantastic. Let's see. Vic says, can't wait for U.S. interest to come down, so ARK K will go up and I can close at break even. Kathy Wood, no Buffett. Yeah, there's a lot of people that really, really, really hate Kathy. Now, whether or not she's good at her job or not, some of these stocks of hers are going to look a lot better when we get deeper into the rate cut season. So, and the funny thing is, I find it funny. A lot of, I see her popping up on a lot of different financial things, and people like, it's like, oh my God, you're about to make another crazy prediction. Let us buy into it, please. She does. She's kind of like, and I understand, because a lot of the stuff that she makes these ultra bullish predictions on are things that her funds are holding. So by making these predictions and getting people pumped up on whatever it is, whether it be Tesla, whether it be Bitcoin, it gets people wanting to get into her share, into her ETFs, thinking, oh my God, yeah, they've got good exposure to that. Let's jump in. Well, I always look at it that way, because I honestly think she's smarter than she appears, but she kind of, I don't know if I would say her hands are tied. It's that she has to do everything in her power to promote those ETFs, including being probably a lot more bullish than I think even she is. I think if you look behind the scenes and you actually look at what she invests in as a person, I bet you they're not as bullish and as her as what she says in media. I doubt it. Bought a share of Drag. I do not know what Drag is. Is that like a racing share, or a drag race or something? That's what I'm thinking. Oh, dragons. Okay. Oh, that's what the drag is. Dragon. Okay. So Roundhill China Dragons ETF. Well, let's take a gander at the last 6 months here. Okay. Oh, it hasn't been around for a long time. It's probably why I haven't really heard about it. But look at this. They went up and they've come down. Yeah, because I'm glad you only bought one share, Vic. I'm glad you only bought one share. But if China keeps pumping and stimulating the economy, maybe this could work out. Now, I don't actually know what they invest in. I just assume it's the Chinese market, but let's see. We don't even have a company description yet. They're too new. Parliament dysfunction is terrible. Oh boy. Yes, absolutely. We need we need a reset with Parliament. I don't think we're going to see an election until the spring, but right now, just watching a question period, it's like a madhouse. It's like a madhouse. It's like nobody answers any questions, like none at all. Like I don't even know why they call it question period, because nobody's going to answer a question. At least not with the question being asked. It's quite literally one party asks another party question A, that party that then gives them answer B, and it goes back and forth. Hey, please tell me A. No, here, I'll tell you B, over and over again, and then eventually it gets to a point that the speaker has to step in, and somebody is sitting out, or somebody's being forced to apologize, or um, you know, it's kind of funny. Like, we look at it and it's like, we put all these people in there. What's going on? Why can't we just have a little more sanity on the hill? That would be, that would be what I would want to see. But what can I say? 9 says, Mr. Math's superpower is compound interest. Oh, maybe now that there's another one. And Mario is saying, I will sell my Canoe at 15. Okay. Yeah, I don't think you're going to have to wait long, Mario. I'm beginning to think, I'm really beginning to think you won't have to wait long at all. All right. Bismarcky says, good afternoon, all. How about Berg Construction today? Oh, yes. Berg Construction had a fantastic day. We're talking, right now, they're building a birdhouse on the moon. That's what they're doing. They're building a birdhouse on the moon, and they're raising dividends. So you got to love it. So, yeah. So you're up 44% on Berg Construction so far. Nice. Very, very nice. 9 says, easier to DCA into QQQ than gamble with Kathy's funds. Absolutely. Absolutely. Pretty much most of the ETFs we have in Canada are all better managed, in my opinion. I don't mean to slight Kathy, but yeah, they are. They are, absolutely. We got Vineet in the house. Hello, Vineet. Good to see you. And we've got ourselves a goat. Mary is in the house again. Not asking you to like, but taking that goat award and moving us one step closer to a Friday market close. So 3 more of those, and bang, we're back here doing this again on Friday. So not too shabby. Thank you very much, Mary. Always appreciate Mary. She is always here and always supportive. I love it. All right, there we go. Let's get back to our comments. I have to remove the comments and go to another screen to pull up the goat. And now I am looking to see if I can make. I want to make an animated goat, something sort of similar to the beaver, the talking beaver that I had in the last 0 to 100K video. So I'm looking to do something like that with the goat. And I don't know if I got a whole bunch of things that I'm planning. So I'll give you guys another example. So right now, as you guys know, I have a wallpaper or a thumbnail for the market closes on a red day and on a green day. So I'm thinking of trying to combine them into one that just have different color lettering. So it would have 3 different colors of lettering. One would be red, one would be green for red and green days, and one would be both for those days that are just too close to call. That way there I could go in and, we can change the color of the sign if it does change. So, although we probably have to watch me fiddle with the remote trying to get from green to red, that can be fun all on its own. Unfortunately, and this is the one thing, is that I wish this sign worked with Alexa, because then I could ask Alexa to change it to, red and all of that fun stuff. But unfortunately, it doesn't. Sammer says, for an expatriate, if the ETF distribution is only capital gains and ROC, it isn't taxable, right? So it doesn't matter if the ETF is from US or Canada. Am I right? Okay, so I'm actually planning to do a video on breaking down ETFs, dividends on ETFs and how they get taxed, because I find that a lot of people get confused. So we'll start with return on capital. So if you have a return on capital as part of your dividend payment, that amount is not taxed, 0%, because as soon as you sell that ETF, what that return on capital has done is it's lowered your adjusted cost base. So when you sell it, you will have a slightly higher capital gain. So that's where that tax is coming from. Now, when they say capital gains in a distribution, well, that is a capital gain. So that is them giving you a capital gain right there. So is it taxable? Well, 50% of it is. 50% of that is. So you have to sort of look at it that way. But yeah, I do want to do a video on this. Absolutely. So let me see. Even if it's on a non-registered account, yeah, it's the exact same thing. For those two, it's the same whether it's in a registered account, whether it's in a non-registered account. It's still considered. Now, hold on. Let's step back a moment. If you get the capital gains and you're in a registered account, for example, we'll say the TFSA, you wouldn't pay tax on that then. You wouldn't actually pay half of that because it's in that TFSA. So you're good on that one. Outside of it, though, if you're outside of that, you're paying half of it on it. In an RRSP, you're not, you're still paying everything because everything that's created in the RRSP becomes taxed. So yeah, I just wanted to sort of step back on that and make sure I gave you some accuracy there on that, because that's kind of an important thing to keep in mind. Whew, that was fun. That was fun. I did on tomorrow's video, or sorry, Friday's video. One of the things I did do is I did add a tiny preview of the beginning of me getting ready to take the hot sauce in the other video. So I just thought I would drop it in as kind of a preview. So anybody who is not aware that happened in the live stream that we did the other night will have a chance to say, oh, I want to see how bad she suffers. It wasn't that bad. Well, it doesn't feel like it was that bad right now, but I mean, I think I pretty much could only complain about my mouth for about 15 minutes. So take that as you will. I think it was probably pretty amusing to watch, but yeah, it was fun. It was fun nonetheless. All right, now guys, let's this is our Discord, by the way. So those of you who do not know, we have a Discord. Link is down below. If you have any problems with that link, because sometimes it expires, even though I use the link that's supposed to never expire, reach out to me. I will definitely get a new link. In fact, let me drop a link right now in the chat. I'm going to get a fresh link here. All right, so let's go here. Set this link to never expire. All right. I'm going to drop a fresh one right in here. So if you have not yet joined up on the Discord and you want to, there's a link for it. You can just check it out. One of the things that we do have over here, and it's kind of why I'm over here right now, there's a whole bunch of nice things here that we do have. This is where we keep the schedule. So you can sort of see what is going on. So right now I've only got the schedule done up to November 3rd, but I'm going to probably sit down within the next couple of weeks and get it done to the end of the year. Because that way there, I like to sort of have it up. Our next big milestone is going to be the 5,000 subs. So if we get to that before the end of the year, and I'm still hopeful for that, we're going to do something for that as well. So December could turn into just an insane month on the channel. It might be absolute insanity. I might need to sleep for a week in January, but we'll see. We'll see. It's gonna be fun. Now, the other thing we have in here as well is we have the pool in here. Now, I think right now, JJ the mod keeps renaming things. He's calling it the Dead Pool at the moment. But these are all of the stocks that you guys want me to do. So when you make a request for a stock, I add it in here, and then when we do votes, I pull it from here. And we do a vote on it. Now we actually did something different on the live stream. So on the celebration stream on Monday, we actually did a live vote. So, and I kind of liked it. It was fun. So XDiv is the one that won. So they're getting the next deep dive. Like I've actually filmed it already and edited it. It's done. I just have to upload it tomorrow for the channel members, and then you guys will see it on the rest of you guys will see it on Friday. But I really liked it. So I think occasionally we'll do some more of those. Not always. I do like doing it, of course, in the in the community channel. But I think every so often, I think we'll throw one up in here because it is a little bit fun, and it kind of rewards it rewards the crew that's always coming to all of these live streams. And I definitely feel that that's very much worth rewarding you guys. So we'll probably do a few more of these, maybe one a month. Maybe one a month we'll actually do it in one of the live streams. So it'll probably be on this week, because if it's a Friday video and I need to have it filmed, like I need to have it scripted on Tuesday, Sunday's pretty much the only one that we could do it on. So that will be something we'll look forward to anyway. Just something to keep you in mind. All right, guys, we're getting towards the end. If you have your final questions, let's throw them in. Now, keep in mind, I will say this. Sometimes I will ask for final questions, and we get a ton of them, and we keep going. I'm okay with that, too. But for now, I've thrown out the gauntlet for the final questions. While you guys are thinking of what you want to ask, I'm going to have a sip of coffee. Oh, gosh. Yeah, absolutely. That's so good. I did mention at the beginning of the stream, one of my focuses this month is I'm looking at October. I want to sort of get us in the right lane for channel growth through October. I think we can do really good because those of you who are here who are very active, I absolutely appreciate it. But here's what I'm going to ask you guys for this month. It's not mandatory or anything like that. I'm just asking. It's your way to support the channel. So what I'm asking for in October is just be, you watch that video, make sure you like it, and even just throw a comment on it. Every little bit of interaction helps to get things pushed out by that algorithm. So that's what I'm asking you guys, is whatever you guys can do to just to interact with videos, interact with whatever, even if you got nothing to say. Even just replying and saying, hey, great video, thanks. Something simple like that. Those absolutely help the algorithm and help push things out. So that's my goal for October. And I'm hoping you guys help out the best that you can. Do what you can. Let's see what we can do. Because we're going to have, we're going to have a great November, and we're going to blow the roof off in December. That's what we're building towards. And, and also keep in mind too, these are in this sector. I think we're heading into, like in finance in general, I think we're heading into some really interesting months. So I can't wait. I think it's going to be fun. I think it will be a lot of fun. All right. Andrew says, have you heard about Notebook LM? No, I have not. I am absolutely at a loss for that one, but let's see what Google says. Why not? Yes, you can use my current Notebook LM. See, I don't know if this is a computer, a laptop. It is by Google. Okay. Ooh, it's an AI-powered research assistant. Now you've got me, Andrew. You got me. All right. So use the power of AI for quick summarization and note-taking. Okay. Interesting. Well, I'll tell you something else. Canva. ChatGPT has also a new function called Canvas, where you can actually create like a collaboration with ChatGPT. And it's supposed to be really, really, really interesting. So that's kind of cool. I'm gonna skip ahead for a second, Andrew. I'll get right back to well, I won't skip ahead. I'll just quickly because this is yeah, Google's new tool that creates a podcast when you upload documents. That's very, very cool. There's so much happening with AI. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Um, I'm excited for just the AI tools. I mean, I look at this. When I started this channel, I did absolutely everything 100% by hand. Um, you know, it was 100% my blood, sweat, and tears. But now, I've got AI making pictures for me. Uh, AI, AI is definitely awesome. It's definitely made it a little bit easier. Um, it's cut down, like, it's quite literally cut the amount of time it takes me to make a video down by quite a bit because not having to figure out a way to get an image especially an image without a whole bunch of copyright issues with it. When I can basically, as long as I can come up with an image in my head and I can describe it successfully to AI, I can get the image. So, and some people will argue. Some people might say, well, oh, you're using AI for images. Well, isn't that lazy? I'm like, well, no, AI is not coming up with the idea. I'm coming up with the idea. Like I describe exactly what I'm looking for. What AI has done is it's no different than if I had hired an artist, right? And I went to them and said, okay, I need an image with this in it. They'll sketch me up an image and I'll get that image. This is the exact same thing, other than the fact it doesn't cost. Well, it does cost me. I pay because I am on Chat GPT Pro, so I do pay for that monthly. But it's the same thing. So I look at it that way. It saves me time because now, otherwise, that's right now I don't have the budget for I don't have the budget for an artist. So I would basically have to go to something like Canva and try to manipulate images to get what I'm looking for. And you know, Chat GPT AI in general has just upped the bar to make things hopefully, and I think this is going to happen with everybody. I think that AI overall is going to make the internet look nicer because people will all have nicer. Well, then again, there's probably people out there who will be like, "I want an extra finger. I want six fingered." There's always strange people. All right. Roku says yesterday, Canoe issued a statement saying in December they will offer to buy back shares at 95% of the NAV averaged over the previous 3 days at a given rate. What does it mean? So they do this every year. They offer to buy back a particular number of shares. So what they do is they will take the NAV. And that's basically because Canoe operates a lot like an ETF, and ETFs kind of operate a little bit like mutual funds. So that's where the whole NAV comes from. So that price, that value, it's basically what it's worth at the end of the day. So whatever the stock finishes at the end of the day is pretty much the NAV. So what Canoe will do is they will buy shares back, but they'll look at the 3 previous days to whatever the date. So maybe I don't know what the date is on it. Let's say it was December 19th. They would look at the 18th, 17th, and 16th, provided those are weekdays. And they'll take an average of that, and that's what they're going to pay. So you may, you could very well end up getting less than what the stock is worth. That's why I can never understand why a lot of people take them up on this, but a lot of people do. Because if the stock, let's say, for example, let's say today was the day. Just give me a second here. Let's get back here to EIT. All right. So if today is the day, so right now we're at like 1490, but if we go back, I'm just going to make this a little easier. I'm going to do it by the month because then I can find the days better because each one of these is a day. So right now we're at 1490. So they would take an average of 1483, 1486, and 1479. So they take an average of that. So you're probably looking at about 1486, let's just say. So you would actually, if you sold them today, you'd get 14.90, but they're going to buy them back at 14.86. So, and guys, I just guessed at the average in my head, so I didn't actually do the math on that. Just want to, so don't don't take me to don't take me to court over that one. I don't know I don't even know why I said that, but that's fine. But that's what they do. So, but where you could be better off is if they crashed on this day. Like, let's say Canoe had a big crash today, went down to 14.59. Well, yeah, it would make sense then because you're going to make money on that deal. So it's just the way they do it. But you don't know. Like, it's a bit of a gamble because I believe you have to opt in or out by a specific date. Honestly, I cannot see any reason why you would want to do it. So I would pretty much ignore it. I really would ignore it. I would not do it because it is a gamble. It's a gamble, and and if Canoe happened to crash on that day, I still think, yeah, I wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't do it. All right. Missy says, I'm going to try to watch all of your videos and liking comment. Holy banana bread. Missy, let me tell you what you're in for here. Give me 1 second. I'll bring this up for everybody. I'm going to bring it up. All right, here we go. I'm going to bring over, here's the video page. So right now, the last video that came out on Tuesday, that's video 333. So you got 333 videos. You've got 229 live streams. And you might as well do shorts as well. Now there's only 78 shorts. So the shorts you'll get through those easy, but that's a big challenge. That's a big challenge. I mean, I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot, but and this is what I usually will tell people. Like, if you're new and you come to the channel, you might be saying, well, okay, I'm going to go all the way back and look at everything from the beginning. You can. I appreciate it. But you're going to get more out of the later stuff, because the markets change. High dividend stocks that I may have promoted 3 years ago, they may not be that great today because there's a lot better options out there. The market's been constantly changing. So one of the things I definitely say is, if you're new, start now. Start at the front, work your way backwards. But there's lots of things that you can certainly do. There's certainly, and some people like to go back and watch that very first video because let's see the first one. It says that because that's going to be my worst video to date. But so every so often I see people watching it. I'm like, oh boy. But anyway, just something to keep in mind. So if you are new, yeah, absolutely. And sometimes I find it funny. I will have somebody watch a video from 3 years ago, and then they'll be complaining, saying, no, this price isn't right. This data is wrong. And I'm like, do you know when this film was filmed? It was filmed 3 years ago when that was the data now has changed. Plus, I mean, if you look at a deep dive today, I've got the nice lists. I got everything broken down. You go back 2 years and it's not as nice. It may not have been as detailed because, I use feedback from you guys. Every so often somebody's like, could you add this to your deep dives? And I'm like, yeah, sure. I can definitely do that. So my deep dives have evolved quite a bit. So I always say, the more current stuff is the most important, 100%. But yet, the one video that gets the most consistent traffic is now, it's a video from last February. It's the old age video, the one that's got 25,000 views. I'm like, and that just boggles my mind because it's like I could add up probably the next 10 videos and they might tie it in total. It's hilarious. Anyway, let's see. Kevin Kaz says, Sis has me interested in RVMD. Have noticed it's at an almost all-time high, and a director has sold 10,000 shares a few days ago. would be a red flag. Maybe, maybe. This is the thing that you have to look at. Sometimes when a company gets to an all-time high, sometimes insiders will sell. That doesn't always mean that there's an issue with the company. For example, with Nvidia, every time they were hitting highs, there was a lot of insider selling because look at this. Here's your opportunity to get a ton of cash out. So it doesn't always mean that they're looking at it and saying, "Oh yeah, the company is gonna fall." But let's take a look at RVMD since you brought it up. All right, RVMD. So here we go. Revolution Medicines. Here we go. So it's a U.S. stock. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Let's just go back 5 years. We'll take a look. So, all right. So they've only been around for about a little less than 5 years. They've come up. They've had some stuff. Now, here's interesting. This is really very interesting. I'm trying to see here. All right. Well, they came in. Oh, that's why. That's why. They pretty much came in. They started, quite literally, they started a month before the pandemic. So this is probably right about here. Yeah, right in here. This is their little pandemic drop. Usually I can see it right away, but this time, I don't see it right away. But this is fantastic. So yeah, they're doing good. They're doing good. They're coming up here. Let's see here. Okay, I don't have anything here. No EPS, no PE ratio. That I don't like to see. Let's see. So clinical stage precision oncology company. So, okay, they work with cancer. Particular emphasis on RAS and mTOR signaling pathways. All right. Well, this is bringing me back to biochemistry. All right. I don't know if I'm going to get, I don't think I'm going to get anything in here. Oh, I am. Okay. So right now they're not profitable. They're struggling. We got a return on equity of negative 41.09. That has me a little concerned. But what do we have here? Do we have a debt? They don't have a lot of debt, though. That's good. They've only got a 5% debt to equity ratio. So that's not bad. That's not bad. I would like to, this is one of these companies where this gives me reservation. This gives me, when you said you were a little bit worried about 10,000 shares being sold, this makes me a little worried about 10,000 shares being sold. A little. I would certainly definitely look into the company a bit more, find out why we've got, why they're unprofitable, what plans they have, what's going on inside. But personally, I wouldn't touch the company personally, only because this to me is like, if I were a vampire, this would be like garlic. It's got me scared of that company. I'm like, I don't think I want to risk it on that. But keep in mind, my investing does tend to float a little bit more conservatively than some people. But yeah, a little bit worried about this company. You might be right about that red flag. All right. Why TLT goes down after interest rate come down? All right, let's take a look at TLT. TLT. Here we are. So this is Theralace Technologies. Or we're looking at the iShares one. Now I'm like, oh, which one are you looking at? Maybe I don't think you're looking at the penny stock. I'm going to say that you're looking at these iShares 20-year Treasury bonds. All right. So what happens? What's going on? Why is it that bonds start to go, start moving in the opposite direction? So when rate cuts start going down, bonds start to suffer. And that's simply because people will start moving into, it's actually, funny thing is, REITs tends to be one of the big destination targets. So when their interest rates come down, REITs start to go up. A lot of people will then move from fixed income, things like bonds, over to REITs because when they do that, they're going to get that stable, the stable income, and that's what REITs are kind of designed for. They're basically income stocks, and in a healthy economy without high interest rates, REITs tend to bring in much more than bonds. So people start leaving bonds. That, of course, doesn't help but that's reason that something like a TLT is going to go down. It's not the best place to be. But now, on the other end, and some people will play this. Some institutional investors play this. So rates going down, they're moving into REITs and things like that. Rates turn around, and let's say the economy starts going the other way and rates start going up. They're selling out of their REITs while REITs are at their high, and they're starting to buy things like bonds. They're starting to get into more fixed income. So there is people that start to move things back and forth. So just something to keep in mind. All right, 20, yeah, exactly. Let's see, should go up next rate cut, takes time for cut to take effect. It's hard to say. I mean, you keep in mind too, yeah, I mean, the U.S. is a little bit of a different beast, but I still think it might actually come down. I'm not being too optimistic on it, but because it is an ETF, and this is kind of I think maybe what Chad's getting at, they are looking at a lot of different bonds. It's not just one, so they do manage it a little bit better, so that might help it, but I tend to not buy into bonds personally in this type of environment. But if you guys remember, Nine was mentioning if something were to happen, like for example, if we don't stick the soft landing and we do go into a recession, then you look at TLT. You're gonna be very happy that you have it at that if that happens. I'm not expecting it to happen, but it is a possibility. All right. Missy says, okay, well, I'll give her a try. Absolutely. Let me know. Well, you know what? If you leave a message on every single video, I will know because I reply to every message I get. I'm going to have to start doing some finger exercises to get them all limber and ready for all of those replies. Roku says, thanks. I guess I was more wondering why they are doing it. I should try asking ChatGPT. Well, ChatGPT does certainly have a pretty good repertoire, but at the same time, I don't know. Sometimes I always take some responses, depending on what I'm asking. Like financial ones, I take with a grain of salt. Like I don't think ChatGPT is there yet that I'm willing to ask it some good stuff. Like I'll give you an example. Let me take a look here. All right. Let's ask it a very, very simple question. Do you think bird construction is a good investment? It may not even give me anything on this, but let's just see if we actually get an answer from good old ChatGPT. They're thinking. They might come back and tell me, no, I'm not going to answer it, but I don't know. They're answering. So let's see. Bird Construction is a Canadian construction company that specializes in general contracting, design, build, construction management, and public-private partnerships in the industrial, commercial. Okay, yeah, fine. Here's their positives. Stable revenue from long-term contracts. I agree, absolutely. Exposure to growing sectors. I agree with that too. Dividend payer. They're even a better dividend payer now since they have raised that dividend 50%. Public-private partnerships. Yeah, absolutely. All right, now they give you some risks. Let's see. Cyclicality of the construction industry. Oh, that's a word and a half. Cost overruns and project delays, competition, interest rate sensitivity. All right, absolutely. And this is the thing. Keep in mind, bird construction is benefiting from lower rate hikes because when the rate hikes, from rate cuts, lower rates, when rates are going up, a lot of the materials start costing a lot more. But that makes sense. I mean, I think everybody sort of benefits in a little bit. So what is the outlook? Let's see. Bird construction has experienced volatility in its financial results with periods of strong growth in some years due to infrastructure contracts. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Outlook. government infrastructure spending, and this is something I've been saying. I'm actually kind of impressed with this answer right now. The Canadian government's focus on infrastructure projects could provide long-term opportunities for Bird. And also with the growth into renewable energy project, Bird's exposure to the sector could drive further growth. There we go. The conclusion. It's like you guys don't need me anymore. Oh no. Bird construction may be a good investment for income-focused investors looking for exposure to the construction sector, especially if you believe that infrastructure spending and industrial growth will continue. However, given the cyclicality and risks in the construction industry, it is essential to assess the company's financial stability, project pipeline, and ability to manage costs before investing. This is not a bad answer. It's not what I was looking for. It's not what I was looking for. Quite honestly, I was expecting to not get a really good answer, but we did. All right. Kevin Cass says, appreciate hearing your perspectives. Thank you. All right. And to top it off, we got ourselves a super sticker from Kevin Kaz, meaning that Kevin Kaz is now the goat. We got ourselves a new goat. He has taken the position from Mary, and we're now 2 away from a Friday market stream. So if you guys want me to do a market close on Friday, 2 more supers were there. Simple as that. All right, let's jump here to our next question. Can you look at let's see, Celsius, CELH? I think they're a Celsius at their earnings. All right, all right, if we want to see their earnings, do they have earnings today, Michael, I'm assuming? Let's take a look here. CELH. All right, so Celsius Holdings, here we are. Let's pull them up. All right, let's take a gander. Okay, let's see here. But I'm not getting an earnings icon on Celsius Holding, but right now, we do have news. This was from yesterday saying the stock dips while market gains. Key facts. Here's an interesting one. Will Celsius beat earnings estimates again in its next earnings report? So this is coming from Zacks. So, so they do. Well, I mean, Celsius has beat earnings quite a bit in the past. Let's see. This company has an established record of topping earnings estimates, especially when looking at the previous 2 reports. So that is look interesting. But now here's what I want to do. I should have went here first. SELH. Sorry, CELH. All right, Celsius. There we go. They definitely had a really good day. I mean, look at this. That's not too shabby. All right, so I'm going to go to their, okay, this concerns me a little bit. So looking at their next report. Now, I don't know exactly what date it is, but if it's going to be their Q3, it's pretty much going to go to September, the end of September. So right basically about here. So from here to here. So they've been suffering. They have not done well. So here's that thing. I have a hard time seeing a company going on a downward slope the entire report and having them exceed expectations. Now, I know those news stories said they might, and maybe there's stuff going on here that I'm unaware of, but that concerns me a little bit. Let's take a little look in here and see. Well, now here's an interesting thing. Even with that, look at the return on equity, 87.12%. Return on assets, 15.28. Those are fantastic numbers there. I don't think they have any, they probably don't have any debt from the looks of it. They got nothing listed under the debt to equity ratio. That's very, very interesting. This one has me perplexed, Michael. It has me perplexed because we got 2 kind of, one, we got the trend, the stock trend not looking great, but here's the thing. here is the thing on that. I've got no data when it comes to the dividends paid out. That's very interesting. That is very interesting. Oh, okay, never mind. There's no dividends. All right, that's probably why. Um, yeah. I mean, they did really well. Well, they did well since today. But at the same time, I would want to. Let's actually, you know what? Let's go one more place. Let's go one more place on this one. All right. CELH. I mean, I really, really, really like a few things with them right away. So now, this is interesting. So according to Simply Wall Street, it's saying that they became profitable this year, but we still have, now they may have, but we still have that issue. But look at this, their earnings are forecast to grow 16.74% per year. That's not too shabby. I'm curious here. Let's see here. Just gonna see if we have anything else. Yeah, they're passing pretty much every check. Yeah, that's interesting. They might do it. And I don't know why. That's kind of the funny thing. Yeah, it's very interesting. So KO, Coke. All right. Yeah, let's go to Coke. I do like Coke overall. Now they did have, there we are, right here. All right. They had one misfire this year, and that was their new spiced Coke, the one that has I think it was I don't know if it was raspberry, but with some kind of spice to it. I tried it. I did not like it, but they brought it on as their new permanent flavor. But a lot of people shared my sentiment, and a lot of people didn't like it. So it was a complete misfire. As a result, they've now pulled it. They've now canceled it. So that was their one big misfire this year. So I don't know. But despite that, if you look, they've had a really good 6 months. A little bit of a correction here, but definitely a solid 6 months. Now I don't know. I know we are entering in the US. We're entering earnings season again, and the same thing up here in Canada. So I don't know when Coke's earnings are going to be, but if it's their Q3, it's going to be September 30th. So right about here, back to July, beginning of July, right in about here, and that's mostly up. So I think Coke is going to have they're going to have some solid earnings as well. So Coke is a company that even if they had bad earnings, they're one of them. They're blue chip. You can just buy it and forget about it type stock. So I do like Coke. I think you're good on the Coke area. All right, holy banana bread. Good old Coke. So yeah. So anyway, we are getting very, very close to the end. I will give you guys a few minutes just in case you want to get that last couple of supers in to get the Friday show. I mean, otherwise, I'm okay with us not having a Friday show. Other than I'll be bored. Well, I won't be actually. On Friday, I make all of the pictures for the weekend show. So, a fair amount to do on Friday, nonetheless, as well as try to figure out what the next video is for Monday. And actually, I don't know what that is. Is it? I don't know if it's a list video. Oh no, I think Monday's another deep dive. It could be the subscriber video. The subscriber sponsored video. Let's go over there and take a quick gander. Here we go. YouTube schedule. Yeah. Monday is that subscriber sponsored video. So it's a deep dive on Borealis mining. So this should be fun. I believe it was yesterday who dropped this and says I'm going to enjoy this one. So I think I will. I'm pretty sure I have looked at them at least once before because the name is very, very familiar. So this is going to be a good one. This will be a fun one for sure. We're going to have actually next week's a deep dive, an ETF one. So fantastic. Also, I have got to get this out. I got to get some ideas from you guys soon because we have where is it? It should be here somewhere. Oh, I didn't actually enter it in here. It's going to be this week in here. I'm going to add it. Not this week coming up, but the following week, we're going to have our exclusive live stream for the channel members. They get a Thursday night live stream once a month where they give me a topic. I prepare some stuff. I come in and we have a whole bunch of good time with it. I can't believe I don't have it in there. Oh, I got to add that. Definitely big time. I would feel really bad if I somehow missed that one because that's an important one. It's basically me giving back to the channel members who are supporting the channel. So that is a fantastic one. Also, coming up as well, where are we at? Yeah, the October 29th. I got to change that. That October 29th is the channel members choice video. So I'm going to put a link. Not a link, but I'm going to put a poll out soon enough. Not a poll. I'm going to put a poll out for them. They're going to vote on the topic, but we made a change. So this time around, everybody gets to throw ideas for videos at me. I will take the ones that are the top 5. So, and how do I rank the top 5? Once I start getting ideas, if you go in and you really like an idea, you just like it. And by liking it, I'll take the top 5 most liked videos or ideas in the list, and then we'll put them up for a vote. The channel members will then vote on them and decide which one is going to be made into a video. That will be, that's always for the last video of the month. So very, very cool. We're getting there. All right. All right. It's time to go back to a big screen. Hopefully you guys all have a fantastic evening. We didn't get our Friday show, but that's okay. That's okay. I have so much content planned for you guys that you'll be sick of me by the end of the year for sure. Until then, though, guys, I'm going to bid you guys a fond farewell, and we'll be back. Well, live stream wise, we'll be back on Sunday for this week. It's going to be a fantastic show. You don't want to miss it. Until then, I'm going to try to not botch the ending, but take care, everyone. Have a fantastic evening.